On deck is Ryan Thomas. Right now, Kimberly Ponce.
So inflation sucks. That's shitty. How are we supposed to get through this, you guys? The consumer price index is like 8% right now. Rent's out the wazoo. We can't catch a break. That's why we're all here at an open mic, right? Let's hear it for those who have roommates. Curious. Okay, word, whoop whoop. Anyone able to live alone right now? Oh, hey, what's up? See, that's funny to me. Isn't that funny that that's like the flex? I live alone. Yeah. Kudos, seriously, like goals. But I've done it before, and I don't know how people are able to manage when they live all by themselves. Like, things get out of hand when I live by myself. I'm just too much of a party. It's just ridiculous. There's pizza being delivered. We got ladies over. I don't know. I guess I'm just like an adult living in a 2-bedroom apartment, and it's really just getting out of hand. Like someone needs to come sign my name out as if it's daycare. I don't know how you guys do it living alone. It just gets way too ridiculous. So maybe I can work my way up to it, right? But I've been thinking too, like, how do I live a virtuous life? I just moved here 6 months ago from Oregon, and yeah, woo woo, thank you. It's like I'm putting quite a bit of thought into it. Like, how do I become a virtuous, Jehovah-loving, finger-licking good woman in this dreary city called Gotham? How do I go about it? I'm not so sure. I want to know what other people's ideas are on like the point of life, but since I've moved here, I'm pretty sure the point of life is to just like not give in to the basic temptations of either like hanging out at Hooters all the time, or mingling with prostitutes, or honestly giving into any credit line over $500. I don't know, there's so many temptations around. What other temptations are there? We could get into heroin. I don't know, it's all around in the city. Like, if things get too rough, it's always there. We don't know what's gonna happen. But that's the beauty of being young. Woo woo, let's get it. There is this crazy story too, that happened 3 years ago, so I feel like it's time now. It's time to make the tragedy into a comedy. And there was a kid at a zoo with his parents in Philadelphia, and it was a fatal accident where they were looking at the 60-foot drop, and there's like a viewing point, and underneath, how much time are we at, by the way?
2 minutes.
Oh, perfect. 60-foot drop of wild African dogs in the bottom. And the kid, I guess, I'm like, what was the mom? So I heard about this story and I had to look into the facts. And apparently the mom lifted up the kid, 3 years old, onto, say this is like the viewing pedestal overlooking the 60-foot drop. And she lifted him up onto the viewpoint, and he fell into it. It's an absolute tragedy, but it's 3 years past now, so it's kind of like time to try and turn this tragedy into a comedy. I'm just like, what was she think? He got the view all right. He asked for a view, he got it. And they were both like, this is not the view we were thinking of. And then you gotta imagine like the dad, he like comes back with like Cracker Jack and lemonade, and he's like, hey, where's he at? And she's like, oh, I just wasn't really feeling like paying college tuition 15 years from now. But besides, like, yeah, he's like, did you drop our kid? And she's like, I did. And he's like, you're so not getting laid for a whole year. And then he's like, wow, this is really not what I was expecting. We were supposed to have a fun family day. And she's like, listen, say his name's Jeff, I don't know. Jeff, like, relax. Like, now we can afford all those things we want to do, like, in 15 years from now. Like, she had to be thinking, like, let's pick him up. I'm not paying for college 15 years from now. This is going to be great. And then it's like a deadly role play. Like, maybe she was a theater improv kid in high school. I'm not sure. That had to be rough, though. At least they can afford a cruise in 15 years from now. College is too expensive. I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Woo! Woo!